Shavo joins us now, Wall of Sound. Mate, 7 hours after Violence lineup is a diverse collision of worlds and genres. What drew these people together to create this band alongside Morgoth?
Morgoth was that piece of the puzzle that I needed for me to be able to, be able to create the way I create.
Mhm.
I love to just plug in, have a beat, riff out to the beat, create riffs as it's happening, spur of the moment. Yes, I've done a lot of writing at home, but I like this project happened spur of the moment, on the spot,
Mm.
creating in the studio, locking everything up, looking at it, listening to it. Whichever one I like, I keep, I arrange, I write more music to. And that's how it happened. And he was that piece where he could do the beats, he could do all the soundscapings,
Mm.
make it full, put the orchestras on it, put the low end on it, make it modern with
Mm.
my riffs, my arrangement. Just was perfect. So we did that. Took us about a year of getting together, maybe 8 months,
Wow.
doing stuff for fun. Remember, this project began not because I had to do it, because I wanted to do it.
Mm.
And there was no timelines, no deadlines, just fun. Let's get in there 3, 4 times a week and jam, a couple hours a day, 3 hours a day, and that's what we did.
That's cool, man, because I think, the authenticity of that, of it not being just like a kind of a cash grab idea has really shown through. I mean, like I've listened to the album myself and I love it. And I think it,
Thank you.
the authenticity and the passion has really come through and it really shows. On saying that is, you've collaborated with a whole bunch of musicians throughout your life. Is it important that you kind of really get along? Like, how is it that you get along with these guys on a personal level before you say, "Hey, join my band"?
100%, bro. You're hitting the nail on the head. All the questions.
Mm.
Morgoth and I met first at a get together I threw in February of 22, February 22, 2022. Uh,
Wow.
and it
Choose
was the
your number,
two.
right?
Yeah, two is my nut. Look, this is my
Oh,
my
wow.
two's everywhere. Yeah, it's 22 red.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I met him that night, and it was just a cool guy looking. You would look at him, not know that he's such a sweetheart, teddy
Mm.
bear. Very creative, very creative, and very artistic, and a workhorse. He likes to work. He likes to always work, which is
Mm.
awesome. I'm a
Yeah.
grinder. Got a lot going on. I love doing things. Even
Mm.
if they're not going to be dropped, I like making music. I like creating. I like doing stuff. Like
Totally.
Um, so him and I clicked. We started. We went into the lab. We made some music. It worked. Easy, fun, exciting,
Mm.
not contrived, not trying. And didn't try, as you said. It
Mm.
just so we decided to write another one and another one. And then 3, 4 songs in, he's the one that said, he's like, why don't we make a solo Shavo record? And I'm like,
Mm.
I don't sing. I mean, I can, but I don't.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather not at maybe one day. But and he's like, let's just, so we said, why don't we get like a bunch of features on the record? It's all your music, and then every song a different singer. But then as the music started getting progressive, I liked all the music, and I was like, this is so cool that we can take this on the road.
Totally.
Can't take a band on the road if the singers are all different on every song and they're already have their own bands, and then
Mm. Of course.
you can't take it on the road.
Mm.
So we decided, let's find a singer. Once the music was all written and recorded, so let's find a singer. So we went through a bunch of people, and then he had just worked with Left to Suffer,
Mm.
and that's when he met Taylor Barber, who was phenomenal.
Mm.
He brought it to my attention. I wasn't sure because I hadn't heard his singing. I had only heard the guttural growls and screams, right? So I said, it's great for that, but I've written a lot of singy parts, like I want singing. So he's
Yeah.
like, dude, the guy could sing. And I was like, show me, prove it. So
Yeah.
we sang a song, and I swear he sang in falsetto. Like he was like
Wow.
sounded like a high pitched, perfectly in tune opera. And then same song, like he had that growl. So
Mm.
the the range was incredible. So we sent him another song, and again, it came back like with this big chorus on it. And I was like, wow, he created the chorus. Like, I thought I had to sit there and do that too, because I was
Mm.
ready. I was completely ready to write the melodies, to write the top lines, even some of the words, and then have someone do it. Like, I thought that was what was going to happen.
Mm.
But because we found him, I said, okay, now we have a singer. And he was thrilled, of course. But he
Mm.
lived in Atlanta.
Correct. Yeah.
So we flew him in. And when we flew him in, I guess he had worked with Alejandro for a song on the new Left to Suffer record.
Mm.
And also Alejandro had worked with Morgoth. So I met Alejandro and I was like, dude, I know this guy. I didn't know I knew him because when you think of American Idol, you don't think of Alejandro. You think of like, someone else that does other people's music.
Mm.
You don't think of a songwriter, singer, guitar player, piano player could do anything, And so I said, sure. We needed a lead guitar player because Morgoth doesn't play lead guitar. I wanted Morgoth in the band as well. It wasn't supposed to be a band, but it turned into a band. It was supposed to be
Mm.
just us in the studio making music, releasing it.
Yeah,
But then
yeah,
it became a band because I want to take this on the road because I love to play live as much as I love to make music.
definitely.
But on my terms, like I don't have to go for 10 months. I could go for a
Mm.
month, for 3 weeks. I could go 2 shows here, 2 shows there, do what we do. Just strategic and fun. It's
Yeah,
got
for
to be
sure.
fun.
Mm.
I've already done the work.
Mm.
We're gonna work again, and I'm grinding away. I'm at rehearsals 5 days a week, like I'm there.
Yeah.
Um, but it's fun. That's why. If it wasn't fun, I would stop it right
Mm,
away.
yeah, of course.
So, anyways, Alejandro came to. Well, we flew in Taylor to do vocals. He flew in. We had Alejandro come too, and they both worked on vocals. And I said, "Wow, we got two singers. Are you crazy?" Like it just was happening. Like when you have a puzzle and there's
Mm.
pieces you don't even know you need and then you find the piece, and you're like, oh, it fits here. Oh, dude, the picture's coming together. That's exactly what happened with this group.
Mm.
It's just like
Amazing.
I didn't know the puzzle yet. I didn't know the complete picture. The picture was coming together as we were working, which is, I think, really cool.
Yeah, it all just kind of fell in its place on its own.
It's the coolest, right? When it just
Mm.
happens because it needs to happen. I
Yeah,
believe in
totally.
spirituality, and I feel like it worked that way. Like we put it out into the universe. First, it started with me looking for someone that, without even saying it, without even looking, asking anybody, I was in my head looking for someone that could produce beats and I could write and we can arrange and we could throw
Mm.
music, and it just happened. And on top of that, then we got the band, then the vocals, then the arrangement, and then and then we got Josh Johnson, who's a sick drummer,
Yeah.
wins a play. He was available,
Mm.
sweetest guy. Everybody's the coolest in the band. Everybody loves coming to rehearsal. Everyone like compliments each other,
Wow.
not only in their talent, but in verbally. Like it's always like, "I love you, bro. I'm happy to be here with you, bro." Like, I'm like,
Mm.
wow, I'm not used to this.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just, you know, I'm,
Mm.
it's just refreshing and fun and so far I'm having a blast, bro.
Yeah,
I
sick.
can't tell you how it is right now. So that's how it happened. It wasn't just they were good at what they did. It was also they were cool
Mm.
people. I want to surround myself. I'm more experienced and wiser and older now, so I don't need this. I need it for myself to make music. I could do that, but
Of course.
when it came together and it's perfect to uh, in my head, then I just went with it. I'm just going with it. I'm just playing every day as it comes. And then we have the management. And then I started a record company, and
Mm.
we signed ourselves to my record company. Then I got a deal through Sumerian and Virgin. So it's just falling into place slowly but surely.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Like personally, I'm a huge fan of Taylor. I think it was like September last year. I got the chance to sit down and talk with him when I was in Vancouver. And he was on tour, and that was cool. And what strikes me about that guy is he's so busy. Like he's constantly collaborating. Like even
Mhm.
recently when like I'm sure you've heard of Project Vengeance.
Yes, of course.
He told me he's working on something with Alex Kohler, who's
Yeah.
the ex-vocalist of Chelsea Green. Even like recently when everyone's kind of guessing at who the new Linkin Park vocalist would be, I'm thinking in my head, is it Taylor? Like he's just
Crazy.
it
Yeah.
just seems to be everywhere. He kind of has his schedule, and I'm sure the other guys are busy too. But what with each kind of member focusing on their own projects, I mean, how far can their involvement in this really stretch to see it follow
Dude,
System of
we're
a
together
Down?
every day.
Yeah, wow.
This band is priority right now.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Everyone's in L. We flew him he's in LA now. He lives in LA.
Oh, wow.
Taylor. He's
Mm,
here on days we're not working. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do, bro. That's what I love about this. Everyone can do what they want to do whenever they want to do it. But
mm,
when we are scheduled for shows, we're together. And then we're a band. This is our band.
mm.
There's no doing anything else at the moment.
Yeah, cool.
It's not like I said you can't. Everyone knows it.
Yeah,
Everyone, why would you? We have something special here, If at
totally.
night after we're done rehearsing and I gotta go home, if he's gonna go and do vocals on someone's, feel free, bro. Awesome. I would love that.
Yeah.
Same with like yesterday we rehearsed, he finished, he went and worked with some band,
Mm.
produced
Wow.
all good. But when we need to be together, we're together. We know this is important. We know this is special.
Yeah.
It's
Wow. That's cool.
special to all of us. Yeah.
Totally.
We're
And
about to go to Brazil,
yeah,
you know.
that's cool.
It's
Yeah.
big.
What also strikes me about this band is a relatively like young band. I mean, I think Alejandro is still in his 20s. Taylor is edging
20,
towards 30, I think. So
27,
sorry,
27 years old.
is
He's
he?
27. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's a baby.
Baby.
So you've formed this band with musicians who are still kind of cutting their teeth on the music scene. Is it important to you to kind of stay true to what's relevant and what's modern in the music world?
Um, Good question. We're not trying to do that, but it's becoming that. I'm using the same mentality when System started making music. We didn't know there was a scene in
Mm,
Hollywood, LA happening. We were just happening at the same time. And when we started doing shows, we started noticing there's other bands that are like doing some heavy shit now, and it's coming back, and fans are coming through. And we didn't know it was the birth of new metal. We didn't know that. And
mm,
new metal, I say, is not a style; it's an era. It's bands that came out of the same era together, doing heavy, mixing heavy with a different style is what really new metal is, where they
mm.
mix hip hop, disco, like Deftones did the Portishead feeling, the whole singing and with the heavy drone,
Yeah,
they made things beautiful that don't usually work together.
totally.
Corn with the hip hop, with the bounciness and all that, and it started with like early on, with the Tool and Tool
Mm,
before us, Tool and all that. So Rage, they did it before us, and it
yeah,
was the mixture of metal sounds with other genres of music. That's what that is.
yeah.
It ain't called pop metal; it's called new metal because it was metal done differently, and it
Mm,
wasn't genre; it was an era because everyone did it in their own way. You
definitely.
know,
Yeah,
so nowadays when people ask me how you feel about being new metal, I'm like, new metal is an era. I can't deny that we came out in that era. I
yeah, for
can't.
sure.
We're not. We came out
Yeah.
in the time I was big, and we were metal, but we were different metal. So anyways, I've accepted it. I'm not mad at it.
Mm,
So yeah, it's we're not trying to stay current, but I think having someone like having the youngins in the band, which is something that was strategic. I
mm,
wanted once Morgoth and I started working, I said we should have youngins in the band because it will keep us current. That will keep
yeah.
me. I didn't want to have, bro. If I wanted to do it, I would have had other people in the band. You know what I mean? I know many musicians that would have loved to
Definitely.
have in this band and started
Mm,
this. People from my era, but I
mm,
didn't want. Other people are doing that. I don't want to. I wanted to do something where I brought my wisdom and knowledge and experience into a situation with youngins who are doing it now and are hungry
mm.
you know,
Yeah.
and know what's happening in the industry. They're current. And like Morgoth, he's working with all the new bands and he knows exactly what's out there and what's
Yeah.
happening. So it brings that current energy to the group. Like, for example, I'm playing two accompanying tracks. I've never done that in my life. The only time I did that was when I played with Static X on
Wow.
stage. There was a click track and like, what's going on? I'm playing to something. There's sounds happening. And I didn't see anyone doing it.
Yeah.
And we're doing that because we want to bring in the orchestras and the low ends. We're not playing to another guitar or bass track. There's nothing like whoever's playing on stage is playing on stage,
Mm,
but the music in the background's there so we can perform live, not be. I didn't want this to be a broken down band where live you heard only 4 or 5 instruments. I
mm.
want to hear the
Yeah.
whole, make it big, and so yeah, that was the roughest for me. That adjustment of like learning to play live with an actual uh, backing tracks.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Cool. Um, so
but
with
I think we stay current because of that.
yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely. With with this, with you putting so much energy and time into 7 Hours After Violent, what does that mean for North Kingsley and other projects of yours?
Well, I put a halt to North Kingsley.
Okay.
We do have a record that's
Mhm.
made. I actually got John Dolmayan to do all the because we didn't have drums. We had it was all electronic.
All right.
And when I listened back, I added so much raw bass and guitars, and we changed it to more screaming instead
Mhm.
of rapping, hip instead of
Yeah.
lyrical stuff. It was more like emotional. It became more emotional. And like the newer songs, the one on the record, there's like
Mhm.
13 or 12 songs. Um, it just the electronics of North Kingsley started sounding very thin. So it was like
Mm.
very top heavy of music, and then the beats were like ugh. So it was like I was like the heavy fans are not gonna like it because there's no bottom, and then the bottom fans are gonna like us. There's no too
Yeah.
much, you know.
Mm.
Um, so I asked John. I said, "Hey man, well, what if I thought to myself first? I said, what if we get a drummer?" Then I said, John, he would be sick on it because he's such a metronome, he's so steady and so perfect, right? So I
Mm.
was like, he can bring in that whole band energy and we can do it. So we did that, but that was happening in the birth of 7 Hours had already started before we were even called 7 Hours. It was just
Mm.
Morgoth and I working, and I was very excited over what was happening.
Yeah.
So I just made it. I had John do the tracks. I have it unmixed, ready to be mixed. So
Mhm.
it's something I'll release for sure.
Mm.
Project's going to happen. It's not dead. I just put a halt to it for now as I follow 7 Hours.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
have a journey here. We need to,
See it
do the,
through, yeah.
yeah. And 7 Hours has a second record already being made. Like we've already written 6, 7 songs, and I'm
Mm.
sure I get in there. We're never going to have a lack of materials. It's always happening. Me and Morgoth just get crazy. And now we have the addition of the other guys. It started off as a solo record. It ended up being a band, that I really
Yeah.
love these guys. I love everybody. So next record will have more elements. On the first one, I'm playing all the instruments. I'm playing the guitar and the bass,
Oh, wow.
both. Yeah, all of it.
Mhm.
There's a couple of riffs that I think Morgoth, because he wrote little sections, so
Mm.
I
Yeah,
had him play it, and
for
but the
sure.
majority, 95%, is just like kind of me just strumming along,
Yeah.
just having fun, bro. I'm living a dream. Like I always wanted to play guitar, on a record, and
Mm.
here I did it.
Yeah,
So
wow, that's cool.
yeah, it's so cool.
Um, in terms of the band name, I mean, everyone's kind of been guessing what it means. What like? Can you tell me what or who is Violet?
No, I can't. So we're doing a comic book series
Oh wow.
that each issue will explain another version of Violet. And it's
Okay.
because I thought the name, it doesn't only just represent my name, it's 7 Hours After Violet SHAV,
Yeah.
there's meaning, But
Mm.
then I had more than one meaning after a while. It was like I started overthinking and I was like, fuck, what if this? What if Violet is this? And what if Violet is that? Is that and because Violet could be a color, a place, a reference, an occurrence, uh
Mm.
thing, like it could be anything, and it could just be an interpretation of something, So
Definitely.
I wrote them all down. And you know me, I'm a critical thinker, so I started thinking
Mm.
more. I got creative. Fuck, this is a great series, and it could even be like a series on TV. It could be it could start as a comic book and go into a series on TV
Cool.
interpretation of it. So, and it's kind of like I thought of a Black Mirror-esque
Oh wow.
um, series where it's very like twists and turns and things
Mm.
ways you never expected it to end, and but a different definition of Violet in each episode, and then at the end something's revealed and
Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
we're all the same, or something like that. So it's being written as we speak. We're in the first episode, first issue, I should say. I call them episodes, but so the 7 Hours is more than a band. It's more of a brand. I feel
Yeah.
like there's a universe. There's going to be because the universe already now is like 7 Hours. We have Left to Suffer, System of a Down, Winds of Plague, Morgoth by Himself, American Idol.
Mm.
Now we're bringing a comic, and we're going to have the merch and we're going to have certain things. So it's going to be a universe, but it has to be
Yeah.
built. It
There's so
can't
much
just, yeah,
so much potential for for this to grow. Yeah.
layers. There's layers, but you can't
Mm.
do it all at once. I've learned that in 30 years of doing this world, this in being in the entertainment industry. You can't just come out all at once because you'll tire people's thinking
Yeah.
process. You might shock them a little bit. Oh, they're not ready. So slowly but surely, first thing is the band,
Yeah,
and the music. The music is the most important thing, and I'm very happy with the music, and I'm so happy you have the record, correct?
correct. Yeah,
Oh, so you know all 11 songs.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. I
Yeah.
see the band more with a record than I do the specific singles because if you hear them with the singles, you don't know what to make of it because, Paradise, Radiance, and Alive completely weird. Actually, Alive ties in the two a little bit. Paradise is the heavy, Radiance is the
Mm,
melodic, and you got heavy and melodic for Alive. But
mm.
when you hear the record, it all makes sense.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that really kind of showed when Paradise came out, and everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is heavy, and then Radiance came out, and they're like, oh, this isn't quite what we expected. I mean, it's very melodic, and
It
it
threw
goes in
people
a
off.
direction. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's keeping people on their toes, but yeah, more will be revealed for sure.
The Alive track, I feel like Alive is more about like a fuller version of us.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. Um, we personally like, we'd love to see you down in Australia. Would we be more likely to see System of a Down or 7 Hours After Violence down under?
Um, Good question, bro. Okay, I've always said this in interviews, and then people know this of me. If it was up to me, System would be touring, and we'd
Mm,
have albums every 2 years. So this is my project. So I'm gonna make music and I'm gonna tour.
for sure.
So, but we're not gonna do the extensive 10 months a year touring. We're gonna do a month here, 2 weeks there, 4 weeks there. You know what I mean? Like we're
Yeah.
gonna do that. So yes, I have agents around the world.
Hmm.
We're with a nice agency, so they're looking out for cool opportunities for us in the new year.
Yeah,
We're gonna
sick.
end the year off with one-offs, do like cool shows here and there, and then when the new year begins, we're gonna jump on a cool tour and head out in America, outside of America. So when is the big day out there? I can't remember.
Big Day Out died off. Yeah,
Oh, it's no more.
no more. It hasn't been. Yeah, it hasn't been going for quite a while. We've got we've
I
got
didn't know.
we've got a few new festivals now. Like Slipknot's brought Knotfest down under. We have Knotfest every year. Good Things is kind of like the Big Day Out replacement, and Good Things is like a massive one. Metallica is actually due to announce a tour later today, and everyone's kind of
Oh,
hoping
well,
System of a Down is supporting, but but maybe next time.
maybe next time. That
Yeah.
would, yeah, we would. We had one show in 22. We had, sorry, in 23. We
Mhm.
had two shows in 24. I'm hoping to have 4 to 7 shows in 25. So we'll
Mm,
gradually come and do more shows. But at least it's happening, right? So I'll take what I can get from
of
that band.
course.
That's
Yeah,
like
of
my,
course.
I love them and I love the music and I love doing it. Like I said, I would do it every day, but I have to it takes 4 people to do what we do.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
I respect everyone's wishes and everyone's feelings. And, if someone's not ready, they're not ready. I can't force them, man. And no one should. And it's never because I hate or someone hates or there's a problem. There's nothing like that. It's just,
Mm,
just not the moment. When it's there, it's there. We're not broken up. People think we're broken up because we haven't made music. Yeah, there's creative differences,
mm.
and that happens, but doesn't mean that we can't be on stage together and we can't rehearse together. And I mean, I hang out with John daily. John and I are like brother,
Yeah.
brothers. So,
Mm.
and I love the other two. I don't see them as much, but when I do see them, it's like it's like we never stopped hanging out. It's like that type of friendship. You're always going to be friends no matter what. You
Yeah,
know?
that's
Yeah.
great. Cool, man. I'm running out of time a little bit, so I might finish on this one. But
Okay.
after these, upcoming shows, what does the next kind of 12 months for 7 Hours After Violence look for? I mean, you've already touched on the comic book and stuff, but are we seeing you just kind of, doing the first few shows in the States and sort of South America and then branching out, or what
We're
what
gonna
do
branch out. Yeah, we're gonna
yeah.
branch out. We're looking, like I said, we're looking out for new tours and
Mm,
bands we can come out there with. I want to support. I want to be support act, of course. In the beginning, the first year, we should be supporting. We'll do a
mm,
handful of headliners, like little clubs. I miss that. I can't do that with System anymore.
of course.
Where the crowd is touching you and you can touch them. I want that again. So,
Yeah.
like I said, this is something for fun and. yes, it came out better than I expected, in my
Mm,
opinion. Again, in my honest opinion, that's me and my humble opinion. Anyone could feel whatever they feel about it, you know.
definitely.
Uh, we'll have the system head saying, "Well, it's not system. I don't want it." Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Don't listen to it, bro. Like it's not, I'm not trying to recreate system. I'm not doing that. But I'm not gonna sit and not do what I want to do and what I need to do because you don't like anything but system. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
so, and we're gonna tour, bro. We're gonna if we're waiting on supporting some really good people. So I'm waiting on that. And
yeah, cool.
our agents have their eyes open. And if any bands are listening to this and you want us to tour, let us know. We will come out there. And I'm looking forward to coming everywhere. I miss being in Australia. I miss going to Europe. I miss going to South America. I miss all of it. I love the travel.
Mm,
So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm the guy that loves the road life too. Even though I have kids and a family now, and I probably miss them, but we don't have to do it extensively. So
yeah,
like
of
come out,
course.
play the shows, and be good. You know,
Yeah, sick. Cool, man. Well, yeah, I might leave you there, man. Thanks again for taking the time to chat. That was really
all
cool.
good. And you can add the fact that there's another record that we'll be making soon, and we're not. You're not gonna wait too long for the next record.
Definitely. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. All right. Well,
Thank you.
I'll let you go. But yeah, thanks again.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
when you eventually make it down to Australia, I'll have to catch you in person.
That'd be wonderful.
Cool. All right, man. Take it easy.
Have a good one. Be well.